And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted that we are. Good evening, welcome, hello, and dirty jokes, rude jokes, filthy jokes, the worst jokes ever. And that was just from Dave. Dave, who is listening to myself and the lovely KT Hogan, who joins me all the way from Dublin.
All the way.
All the way from, what part of Dublin are you from?
Donamead, northerner.
Donamead.
Well, northern, yeah, north siders.
Is that like Donamead?
Donamead. Donameaders call it Donamead.
Oh, Donamead. Oh, yeah, well, that's up the road. Donamead, that was one of the first places in Dublin to have a shopping centre.
Yeah, it's still there.
Is it?
God awful.
Is it Kip?
Yeah.
Donamead.
It's got duns.
Donamead Shopping Centre. That was the jingle.
I'm pretty sure it still is.
I was 6 when that was out. I was only a babby at the time. That's a long time. That was 30 years ago. Yeah, but anyway, KT, you're more than welcome. Thank
you for having me.
Great to have you on.
Yeah, it's great to be down here. It's funny how every time I've been here, I've been on the opposite side of the camera.
Not anymore?
Not anymore. Hello. It's my time.
Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen.
15 minutes.
No, you're going to get more than 15 minutes.
Yeah. We'll see.
KT Hogan. KT Hogan.
KT.
But it is Katie, isn't it?
It is Katie. I'm KT Teresa Hogan, so it kind of just works out.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
my initials, but it's KT.
KT Hogan. Ah. And KT works for Mu Productions. And, well, not by me telling you, bringing on a guest and tell us the story. How did you get involved in all this? In promotions? We'll get to the bands now in a minute, but how did you get involved in the business, as they call it?
I fell into the deep end, pretty much. No, I was over in London studying journalism. And, of course, when I graduated, I realised I couldn't live there anymore because I just couldn't afford it. There was no money.
Did you like it, though?
I loved it. It's one of my favourite cities. I was actually originally born there in Croydon, and I have Irish parents, so I moved over here when I was about 8. But I always go back. I was only there in January for my birthday. I just love it there. I really do. So I know you.
Yeah,
you were meant to go this weekend. Yeah.
Hear that noise. It's me heartbreaking. But anyway.
So I came home, went back to Mammy, and just started chasing the dream and job in media, you know. Didn't want to kind of get part-time or work or anything like that. So from then I was a social welfare statistic and decided to start volunteering, like gain my own experience. Originally I always wanted to be a journalist, but of course I fell into sort of the promotions end of it. So started by writing bios, then press releases, and at the time I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Didn't have a clue, you know, but it was fun, and I made all the mistakes then and definitely learned what I needed to. And now I'm proud to say that I've got over 4 years experience in both PR and marketing. I'd say my tutor from Colosh Dúlik, if he was watching now, he used to always say, you know, public relations is a failed journalist. So
no,
so yeah, I that's what happened. But you know what? Like nowadays, anyone could be a journalist thanks to the internet. So public relations is definitely something I do enjoy because I kind of supply the content to the media, and it's always positive. I don't have to write about negative stories, you know.
And while it's glamorous, so to speak. But it is hard work, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's a lot of grafting. It's a big personality job, and you don't work with any money. So it is genuinely trying to sell and convince these people why, whatever it is, your client or event or band or whatever it is, they need to promote you in that way, or they need to share you with their listeners or, you know, their readers or whatever it is. So you really have to believe in what you're promoting, which is always very difficult.
And do people come to you, Katie, and say, right, we've got this thing coming on now? They go to Mu. Tell us about Mu. What's the story?
Well, that's how I sort of founded Mu. I was doing a lot of work with a lot of bands, with volunteering around from festivals to events, for even local TV and that. And I met a lot of people, and from then I started collaborating and doing a lot of work. And then, of course, I bagged an internship with MCD, which is one of the leading concert promoters here. So I decided to sort of segregate it and work on my own personal career and create a brand or a company or a name. And I used to always say, abbreviation NUMU was when I was listening to new music, you know, I used to tell someone, shut up, I'm NUMU. You know, something was new out or whatever. So from there I just said, oh, well, I call it that, like, and see where it goes. And it's stuck, and it's really grown in the last 3 years. Yeah, it's funny trying to hear people pronounce it. And of course, when you, like, I originally had the website called Mu Promotions, and that was always difficult, and I was trying to give someone the email address over, but now we're changed to We Are Mu. So we've sort of dropped the promotions because we've expanded into so many different services, and it's not just PR anymore. So
how many's involved now?
We've got a good team of about 5-6+ people, and then we work kind of outsourced as well. But I mean, we're always looking for people to join the team, or, you know, collaborate or work on different projects.
Okay, seriously, somebody's looking in now and saying, wow, that's what I want, because I know lots of people that come to us and say, well, how do I get involved? So just let them know there.
Contact me. I mean, I'm everywhere. Well, you kind of have to be, I suppose, on social media. But yeah, it's wearenumu.com. You can contact any of us, any of the team. We're all there displayed. You can contact us directly. Obviously, I'm active on Twitter, Facebook. But yeah, katie@wearenumu.com is the best way to reach me. And please do send me everything. Like, even if it's just an idea or something you think might work, might not work. I love to even just brainstorm. You know, because if people come to me with something and I give them advice, or we decide, or we brainstorm, I could then get an idea from that, and it could be something completely different, and they can go off and do theirs, and from that conversation I've had a eureka moment, you know. So I love just chatting it out and brainstorming.
Don't be afraid, no matter how crazy the idea is.
No, well, we're new. That's what we do. So like I said, even if it's something that's still only an idea in your head, like Numu was once an idea in my head, and now it's real, and it's there, and you can physically see it, and we've fantastic people we're working for, and the bands we represent are doing really, really well. So I'm proud to say we're quite strong. I didn't think back then that we'd get to a point of where, you know, like I'd be here talking about it. You know that way, like it's funny, it's crazy, but yeah, I mean, the only way that we can keep growing and expanding is if you contact us.
It's but it's very, very established now. You know, it's very respected.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Within the business, you say Numu, and people, you don't have to say who it is. You know, I don't. You don't have to carry it on. You say, well, I was talking to Katie from Numu, and she's such and such.
And it's great. I mean, I was only in work the other day, and we had an intern in, and my phone flashed up, and he saw the Numu, and he said, "Oh, Barry Murphy." That's Barry Murphy. So it's really nice. It's not just me.
Yes,
you know, and that's
who else? Name them. Name and shame.
I've got Chris over there. He's here with me. He helped me drive all the way down and listen to me practicing in the car and stuff. I know. Chris looks after everything. He's the creative genius behind it all. So everything visually you see, and all this, like the show reel and everything with the bands, photography as well. Then we have the likes of Dan Butler. He's he does his own photography. He works for the likes of Music Scene and Fair City. But he is one of Numu's official photographer. He's been there since day one. We've Barry Murphy, who's in the studio. He looks after all the audio. So he does everything from, I mean, again, you know, mixes to mastering to producing. And then also does the likes of, he looks after all our ads, or you know, looking after all our WAVs and stuff like that. So
getting other stuff out there.
Yeah. So I think that's why we're all on the same wavelength, but we're quite unique individuals that just work really well together. And we're all quite passionate. I mean, there are days where Chris would be ringing me and he'd be like, come on, you know, we're reaching our deadline. You know, that way. And you know, and
that's
it's great.
Though.
It's fantastic. It's amazing. I can't believe that I've attracted these incredible people.
And it's great that when you're doing it and you enjoy it, and they enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. And we all get something out of it, you know, we really do. And I think if there was ever a point that it stops being like that, we'd say it. Well, you know, we'd say, what's happening? We need to think of something better, or you know, we need to. So, I mean, our next steps now are we'd love to sort of find an office and have sort of like a home HQ, you know, and be able to say invite bands down to rehearse in front of us and that kind of. We really want to meet people, because that's one thing we're really lucky with, say Travis Oaks and Featuring X, is that we have two fantastically unique bands, not only brilliant musicians, but you've met both of them, and you can't forget them, and that's the kind of people we want to work with.
Instantaneously.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
your job is brilliant, and the old saying is, when you start enjoying your job, you know it's not a job.
Yeah. Definitely.
And you're enjoying it.
I love it. Like, of course, I mean, I have the day job, and that's what a lot of people don't realise is I do work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. But
you have to.
But yeah, I mean, it's to pay the bills, but the dream is one day is to have my big office and, you know, just have so much going on. And we would love to expand. I mean, we were only talking there recently about looking into the likes of becoming publicists for the likes of actors and, you know, I've a lot of young kids that I see huge potential in, but they're in the exact same position as musicians. But you know, where do you go?
What would that entail, though? I suppose you say they become a publicist. What would that entail exactly?
Building a personality. So it's the same as building a band or a brand, but personality is always that little bit more difficult, because you really have to, like, you know, it's not just about the music, or it's not just about, you know, the live gig, for example. So it's definitely a lot more difficult. But I mean, I'm kind of practicing on that, on doing that with us personally, in each member of the team as well. You know, so especially myself, like I'm trying to constantly push myself on social media and become sort of influencer, you know, in that way. But that's only to reach out to a bigger audience, you know. You have to try everything to advertise and market, you know.
But this is it, you see, and it really is hard work, because I've seen you at loads of gigs. Yeah. But that's part of the job, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Unfortunately, I don't get as many gigs as I'd like to now, but that's purely because, I mean, I come home, I clock off work, and from the space of me walking home, I go back to work. So sometimes I have to really weigh up of whether, if I go to this gig, even though I really want to see this band, I might lose a night's work, and I could do a lot in a night.
In my ear, they're asking me, what is her other job?
My other job. I work in public relations agency, so
it's the same job.
Technically, yeah, but I don't get to pick who I work with.
Yeah.
So it isn't, and it is, but it is with Mission Pure, and they're a fantastic company. They're only 3 years old, and they're so quirky and independent. So I work directly for Sabrina Sheehan. She's fantastic, and she has taught me a lot as well. So she's also a role model in the sense, because she created Mission Pure. She's 3 years going now, and she's flying with amazing clients. So I hope to one day be in her position.
Sabrina,
legend.
Sabrina,
Shout out.
The space is here for you, Sabrina, right?
Come on.
I want you on here, Sabrina, right? Gonna have a chat about Mission PR as well.
Yeah.
But we got Katie for now. But Katie, you're one of the hardest working women I've ever seen.
Thank you.
No, seriously, because
I'm glad it seems that way.
No, it does, because I see the pictures on social media. I go to a load of gigs as you do, and we're always there. We might not get talking, but we're always waving over to each other, and you're at them, you know. And it's not just Travis Oakes or featuring X, it's everybody. I've seen you at other different gigs, and you know, you're there. And
I'm that person. I'm in the back door, and I see and I pop out, you know, back in a minute, and then I disappear, you know. So but it's great. I mean, why not? The music scene is fantastic right now. There's a lot to miss if you don't get out there.
And Ireland's great at the minute.
Yeah, so and there's a massive buzz at the moment.
And there's a bit of a turn at the moment, isn't there? There's a bit of a things are looking up.
A lot of people are looking at Irish acts, you know.
It's unbelievable at the minute.
Yeah.
Which brings us to your acts. Come on.
My boys and my girls.
Your boys and your girls. Two fantastic acts.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Of course, I have to start with featuring acts purely because that's how I got into management, you know. I always said, like, why isn't there an all-girl band, you know, but not like a pop band or not just vocalists, but someone with attitude. I mean, growing up, I was never a girly girl, and obviously I did love the likes of the Spice Girls and all that, but I was into Sporty Spice. I was the tomboy growing up, and I kind of needed
attitude.
Yeah, a bit of attitude, and just something that's not always about being beautiful or looking the size or whatever it may be. It's about personality, really. So I started this thing called AMS at the time, All Ages Music Showcase. So we sort of went around different communities and put on all ages gigs to get the younger bands out, because I was sort of scouting to see what we could do. And of course, like 5 girls jumped up on stage and started playing Thin Lizzy.
Where was this?
It was in McHugh's and Drogheda. So I just remember seeing them, and I just...
What got you to Drogheda? How did you end up there?
My mum lives up there.
So you went
I was up there a lot. Yeah, I have a little sister, so I used to, when I lived up there, obviously, with my mum and stuff, but I'm always up there. And I sort of noticed that it kind of, say like Cavan or whatever, there's a big massive scene, but not enough platforms. So you'd either have to go to Dublin or whatever, and these kids can't. They can't, you know. So I decided to bring it to them.
Do you think that's changed a bit, that bands are not as reliant? Of course, we're reliant on Dublin, because it's the capital, and you have to go to Dublin, Cork, Galway, the principal cities, but not as much.
Not as much, no.
There are established gigs out there.
There are, but I mean, like, you do always have to put a Dublin one down. Yeah. Do you know that way? And that's the problem, I think, you know. Well, not the problem, but it just means that...
No, it is a problem, it is. It's a pity you have to break Dublin. It's a big enough battle being in a band without having a battle to get into the capital city.
Yeah.
And exactly. It can be
and
very
it's not
tough.
easy, and that's why I think that we do miss a lot of opportunities, because say, for example, for featuring acts, if I wasn't there that day, or, you know, God, I would have hoped that someone picked them up. If no one did, silly them. But say if I wasn't there that day, would we have seen them? Like, at what point would they been only 19 now? Whereas I got the opportunity to scout them and work with them since they were 15. So I've built them towards something. And I mean, again, we've both been learning as we go, because I've never been a manager before, but I just know from, say, my PR marketing experience and just general seeing the faults that bands have done from that side of what not to do.
Did you know straight away you were going to manage them? Did you go,
I had to get the job.
Yeah.
They didn't accept it. Oh, they're tough cookies. Like,
oh, I know them, yeah.
Yes, you've seen them, what they're like. No, I just went up to them and I said, genuinely, if you're ever ready or ever looking to get serious about it, so am I. And I'd love to work together.
So you didn't know them? You didn't know any of the girls?
Didn't have a clue. Never met them in my life. And it was funny because when we even booked the bands, a guy used to work, a local guy down there at the time, he booked them. So I didn't even have a clue who was booked, which was nice for me because I like to see everything with a fresh eye. I don't like opinion in my ear, you know. So it was genuine shock when I saw them get on stage. But then they said they'd let me know, they'll call me. And off they went and I got the call then. So I had to go up to Drogheda and meet them and I got the job.
So brilliant.
Yeah, so it was fantastic. And
what did you think when they rang you and said, right, you've got the job? Did you go, shite, what am I going to do now?
No, I wanted it more than ever when they said, we'll let you know. Because I was like, these girls are smart. They have something. Like, they weren't going, oh my God, yes, like, what can we do? You know, are you going to make us famous? You know, it wasn't anything like that. I was like, look, laid it all on the table, was genuinely honest with them and said, would you be interested? And they were like, let us go think about it. You know, and I was just like, that is the best answer I've ever heard, you know. So off they went and then, and here we are, you know, so we really built it well. But then obviously from there, I kind of started, I noticed how the girls were getting a lot of attention and whatever we were doing right. And from there, it was funny because I did kind of hear through grapevines, or people did say to me like, oh, you got a great band, you know, it's the band. So I sort of kind of got a bit, it's not just the band, you know, it's the company. Like, we work really hard and we deserve a bit of credit as well, you know. So from that we decided, let's launch a Are You Numu and let's find someone, let them all come to us and let's pick a great band. And now we've Travis Oaks. And it was fantastic. And now, like, here we are. I mean, Travis Oaks are, a year essentially and a bit old as a 4-piece. Yeah. And they're flying. They're flying. They've just been back in Scotland. We've just got them some dates in the summer in London. They were actually going to go in the next 2 weeks, but we're going to postpone it because we've got some great news from that. So, like, it's really busy. No, not yet. It's a need-to-know basis. It's a need-to-know basis. But I promise Cavan TV will get the exclusive.
We need to know. We need to know. Does Chris know?
No. I'm just saving you here, Chris. Because I know you'll get it out of him. You'll get it out of him. That's the problem.
But what about recording and things like that?
Oh, we've all the recording done and dusted. It's all ready. We're actually really organised this year. The lads have an EP coming out. The girls have just released their single, which is doing great, and they've another EP to come out as well. We're just taking our time. We're just going to pick a date and wham bam and truck it out. But
it's a lot of work in it too, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, radio airplay is essential and it is the toughest part of the job, but I think with Travis Oaks, their new sound, well, not their new sound, but their new style of music, it's still keeping to a lot of their authentic stuff, but they're sort of going a bit heavier but in that cleaner way, if that makes sense, rather than that bluesy rock. And then the girls have taken a massive turn. Obviously they were very much rock, and then they went into, they recorded and released Wild Love, and I think Wild Love gave them this bug of a bit of a pop, a bit like more synths, more kind of indie. So they decided to start writing that. So yeah, we've got some great tunes. The next tune's coming out from the girls is She's Gone, and it's my favourite Feature Next song. So I even held it back. I wanted to get it to radio straight away, but we said we'll put out the More Than You.
And when is that out now?
Again, we're just kind of like, I'm to a point now where we've got Whelan's coming up, and I'll probably start issuing it to radio before the Whelan's gig. But the girls are in the thick of exams and stuff, so I'm that confident in this song that I'm holding back so that we don't have to decline a lot of opportunities, if you get me. So that's,
how does radio play work nowadays? Now, I know from other bands how they do it and that. But it's not like it used to be. You're giving a record and you stand, you see the DJ, say, Katie, play that for me.
Yeah.
What? You send in WAVs, MP4, MP3, whatever.
Yeah.
And do you badger them then and say, please, come on, play this? Like the Imelda May story is the most famous one of all, where she stood outside RT with her dad when she was nothing and kept badgering people and saying, please play this, please play this.
Yeah. I think the way it is that you need to build up yourself well. I mean, you need to be confident in yourself and what you're delivering first. So, I mean, there is no point being a really new band with not many gigs or not much of a CV, essentially, and then sending it in and going, please, please, please. fine line of being a pest and being persistent, you know, there really is. So basically what I do anyway is that I would hit up all the radio shows. Every station has an Irish show, you know, a majority of them, or, you know, that one DJ who has got his own show that he can select his own music. So, I mean, give them the break, you know, give it to them first, let them enjoy it, whatever. Go visit them. Like, I know it's really difficult for bands, but unfortunately, that's just the way it is. It does cost a lot of money to drive out somewhere or do radio promo, and there is no money to be made of it, maybe to get one play. But meet these DJs, like, use your personality to come back. You will mic it on a bigger show, or they will speak to someone else in the station or whatever it is. So it's genuinely just really kind of putting yourself out there, but also showing how you're a rememberable band as well as got great music. And then always, you know, every station has a head of music, and just keep sending your music into him.
Do you think local radios do enough?
I think local radio does everything they can, to be honest with you. I really do. I mean, these people don't have money. They're all volunteers. Like, I think they're fantastic. A lot of local radio, definitely. But I mean, there's some fantastic stations out there, and I think it is harder, but there is this sort of stereotype that, you know, radio doesn't listen. And in my opinion, if you are listening to the right stations, you will hear that they are breaking new acts. I mean, I just heard recently that Van Music have been added to, like, Today FM and TX FM and that, and they're a really hard-working band that should have been made ages ago. You know, but they're starting to get listened to because they were that persistent and they kept delivering high quality. Persistent,
that's the word. You've got to be persistent. You've got to keep at it and keep at it.
Polite and persistent.
Keep at it and keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. But we've had this discussion here in the studio before about radio stations and that, and an awful lot of Irish radio. It's talk. From 8 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock in the day. You can click, 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 all the big ones. They're all talking. Nobody's playing any music.
That's true. Well, I mean, I'm a Today FM listener, and I think that they do have fantastic music, and they've got some great shows. And every show, so you've got from Ian Dempsey, who would have, you know, his act of the week.
He plays a load of music.
He does play a load of music. And then, I mean, you can move on. So you've got Anton Savage as well, who's obviously, before that was Ray Darcy, whatever. But they always had great bands on. I mean, they're the only station that played the likes of Damien Dempsey. He's huge. He sells out shows. He still gets a hard time getting played on radio, you know. So it's funny. Like, it's not even just the underdogs, essentially. And then you've got the likes of Dermot and David. They've got Homegrown Hero, and they select an Irish act. You just have to email it into them, and they listen to it. I mean, see, you have to remember as well, like, you have to work to, you need to know the show. You know, so there's no point submitting something if you've never listened to the show. Like, do your research, be polite, be smart, do your research, and deliver something that you know these DJs are going to want to hear. And then also, if you're releasing a single, like, sending them on the day and saying, our single's released today, be great for a spin. It's not going to happen. These DJs are so organised and well prepared. Like, I work at least, and as a lot of PRs do, like, at least 6 to 8 weeks in advance. You
have to.
You have to. And even at then, you don't get an answer straight away. We have to be persistent as well, you know. But I understand that the bands out there who don't have anyone to, say, guide them or give advice or anything like that would not really know what to do and just think to do the old school way of chaining yourself up or just keep annoying them or whatever. But look, I mean, that's one thing I'll say to anyone watching today is, like, we are there to give some advice, even if it's like what I'm telling you now. You know the way. So just send in an email or pick up the phone, and just, we're happy to help. We really are. Like, it doesn't mean that we can always take every act on, but we will at least guide you somewhere, because
bit of advice is it's worth a million. If
you send me your music and I like it, and I think that could be that could do well on radio, I will help you at least, or advise you to get there, or at least the first steps of doing it. You know?
Anyone that's listening, just. You can't get more than that. You know, it's brilliant. You're inviting people to come on board.
A point over my head. Information point.
Yes. Here she is. Here she is. Put her on this camera here so we get a look at her. This is Katie. This is look in there. Look. How do they contact you?
Katie at wearenumu.com, and that's NUMU.
Couldn't be easier. NUMU. NUMU.
That's the one.
And the two bands are gigging like crazy all over summer.
Yeah, we've got Fantastival this weekend. Oh, I'm so excited. I've never had the two bands play, and they're playing both on the Sunday. So it's always great when I have the two acts playing the same festival, because my God, do we have great crack, because the both bands get along really, really well as well. And it does be great fun. So yeah, I mean, anyone who's going to Fantastival, they're both playing the Golden Pleck Grotto stage, featuring Exeter on a 6:30 and Travis Oaks are on a 9:30. And then please do join us for the massive celebrations afterwards.
And it's only fair to warn you at this stage that I have been out with the Travis Oaks boys on a number of occasions.
Oh God!
This is why this hat is on.
Yeah, don't kiss and tell, Paul.
I cannot take this hat off. Believe me, this. It's like, what do you call it? Pandora's box. If this opens, if this hat comes off, the Travis Oaks. Oh God, no! Change this up. But this. Let me serve this as a warning to feature next, because I'm going out with you girls as well.
Oh God!
So,
wait until you go out with them. My God!
And it's bank holiday weekend, so there's going to be no work.
It's going to be mayhem.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Katie, what's the future? What's the vision here now?
God, well,
I know you've told us what do you see with the bands and that, and like, is it England? Is it touring? Is it what is it like? You know.
I mean, I have loads of ideas, of course, constantly ideas going on in my head about what we want to do, but I keep delivering them to the bands, and I let them guide us.
Yeah.
You know, we do work for them, and there's no point in me forcing anything to happen. I need it to be really natural and genuine. It needs to be their passion. So in terms of the bands, like, the girls are all in college at the moment, and they're all actually studying something that's really going to help with bands. So, for example, Niamh, the lead singer, she's studying law, which is going to be great for us. Eleanor is studying
law?
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be great.
Give me a number.
And then Eleanor, the rhythm guitarist, she's studying film in IADT. So, you know, so it's like, and even with Dara, the lead guitarist, she's studying French, and she says she's going to be our French correspondent, you know.
I see Dara on Facebook an awful lot, and she's putting up a lot of stuff about French and that. And
yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
Yeah,
brilliant.
They're fantastic. So yeah, I like that. With Dara's going to France maybe 2 years, I think. She's going over with college, so we're going to focus something there and see what we can do there. You know,
to be on mainland
Why
Europe.
not? Why not? You know,
Excellent.
that's the perk I'm chasing. I mean, what I would love is love a
That's when
tour.
you'll need an older roadie with a brown hat.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, I wonder where I could.
The drum roadie. Can't tune guitars or any of that stuff. I could tune up the drums though. What about the Oaks boys?
The Oaks, well, like
the Crazy
I said,
Gang.
Yeah, well, they've got a fantastic EP. I think this EP is really going to make them. I mean, the first one did so well, but I think this one is. I think they're going to be really under pressure after this one, because I think people are going to start calling for an album. But I am going to be working my ass off with this EP and making sure it gets to really, really important decision makers, because with the lads, they are ready. You know, I mean, the girls are ready. They are 100% ready, but they've still got a lot to experience. They're a lot younger and they haven't lived enough. I mean, they've all just moved, say some of them moved to Dublin or whatever. This is their first time out of home, and you know, even in college, you know, they've a lot to experience and write about. So the lads, though, you'll hear from their new songs.
It's brilliant. Don't be worrying. Sorry, Mum, sorry, Dad, but it's class. Go for it, girls.
But the lads, I think the lads are really ready, and they're. My plan is, especially this year. I mean, obviously we're going to do a lot of festivals in the summer, but I just want to get them out of Ireland. I really want to share their music around the world as much as possible. So London's the next stop. They're just back from Scotland. We're going to go back to Scotland and do headline. We've just also had a German band over recently called Enter Metropolis. Yeah. They were great. It was great crack. First time bringing a band over, so we do that in New Mu as well, apparently.
That's it. That's your next. But see, once it's a success, you'll have other bands will contact you and say, organise some gigs.
I'm just trying to bring tours into Ireland, you know.
It's fantastic, though.
At least that's what I'm trying to tell the Grant people. But no, so we had a German band over, so I looked after all that, and they had a great time, and it was fantastic to meet them. And for that now, for the exchange, we send our boys over with them to tour with them. So that's the plan.
It's brilliant. I seen Travis Oaks last week, and they were brilliant.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Sunday.
They were, and it's just, they've got, what it is, you can have all the bands you want, but if you have a band on stage and before they play a note, you know it's going to be good. That's seriously, that's what they're like. You know.
Question though, did Taran break a string the other night?
I don't know.
Because we're on a record like a.
No, I was trying to follow his hair. Jesus Christ, it was all over the place. What? I don't know what was going on. I thought it was a mayor up there.
I know. Sometimes I confuse who's featured next to Travis Oaks with all the hair.
With all the hair. I don't believe me. The women are better looking. No, there's no doubt about that. The women are gorgeous, and looking forward to seeing the girls now on Sunday.
Yeah.
Katie, thanks a million.
Thank you.
But once again, I want you to, just before we finish off, in case somebody says, where can I see? How do we get in contact?
I speak too fast.
No, you don't. Nice and easy, into your own camera.
Please visit our website. It is www.wearenumu.com, and that's NUMU. Come on, have a look, check out the team, see everything we do. We also have a show reel up that it saves you reading the site. Just press play and it'll tell you what we do in a nutshell. And then contact me on KT Hogan, and it's katie@wearenumu.com.
Aren't you good?
Oh, really?
Aren't you good at that? Yeah, I was watching you on the telly. I was watching them on. Going,
Is there a job, Paul? Is there a job going?
I was watching on the telly. I was going, God, I must contact that one. What's the story with that one there? Katie, thanks a million.
Thank you.
Kiss.
Oh, thanks so much. Thank you.
We will have you back on.
Please do. Yeah.
Well, come see you all summer anyway, because we'll be
Absolutely.
everywhere.
You'd be sick of me.
No, you'd be sick of me. You'd be saying, "There's that baldy little bastard. What's going on?" He's everywhere. We turn around. Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Hogan from New Moon Productions, and now we're going to finish with some music from Featuring X and Travis Oakes. Katie, thanks a million.
Thank you.
Take the top down slowly. I not me, it's you, yeah. So that's what I'm saying now. I believe you when you talk your talk. I just don't buy from the way you walk, no. Keep on walking. Friends, your little dresses, your shotgun eyes. I'm really sick of